What's up everybody, I'm Brian from I Want Tesla, and today we're just going to do a quick little thing about autopilot in the Model Y. Is it better? I've noticed sometimes it locks onto autopilot quicker than the Model S and the Model 3 did. And yeah, whoa. Oh, it's never done that before. That was crazy. It's never made that right turn before. So I'm going to set up some GoPros here so you can see on the screen and put one on the outside. See if we can see if there's a difference. Plus I'm going to drive through my neighborhood because I noticed a little difference in the neighborhood where there's no lines. I've got the GoPro on the outside just over my head, pretty much on the side of the car, so you can see where it crosses over. And both cars have always crossed over the line. I've never tested this yet on this road, this Model Y. So we're going to do the first test at 25 miles an hour. And it is starting to drizzle just a little bit, which is actually good, so there's no shadows. And it can't be screwed up by shadows. So we're going to do, oops, it didn't like that. We're going to go to 25 miles an hour. And hopefully you can see that quite well. And this always does good in this section here. I'm going to move the volume control so I don't have to adjust the wheel whatsoever. And we're kind of riding the yellow line already. Now here it does pretty well in the Model 3. The Model X gets close to this mailbox up here. And so far it's pretty much just like the Model 3. This is a weird turn. Doesn't look so bad on the GoPro, but the Model Y handles it just perfectly, just like the Model 3 did. The Model X was kind of jumpy through there last time I did this. And through here it's rock solid. There's no issues whatsoever. But up here the Model X went off the road a couple times, but the Model 3 would cross over the yellow line. Let's see what this does. This goes to the white line quite a bit, but it does just fine. It does just fine. That was actually pretty good. So let's turn around. Second run, we're going to do 30 miles an hour through here. Once this lets it pop up, all right, we will get up to 30 miles an hour. And again, I'm going to do the same thing, adjust the volume control so we don't have to adjust the wheel at all. Now with this, we're going a little bit faster. It starts to slow down a little bit, but we are on the yellow line again. See what it does with the mailbox here. Oh my gosh, that's closer. So it drifted a little bit more than before. And this is a little wild. We went over that line, I believe. We'll be able to see on the top camera. So a little bit more wild, not as fluid as at 25 miles an hour. Again, this is first time I've been through this road on autopilot. I've driven this road without autopilot on before, but this is the first time doing it with autopilot on. And this is where it kind of went off the road before. It slows way down. We're on the white line, but it did go off the road just a little bit, it looks like. So I think speed is an issue. It's not understanding what to do. So what do? Let's test it till it breaks. I mean, we don't want to break the car, but we always test things until things break. So let's do this at 35 miles an hour. 35, which I think is too fast for this road. So let's get up to 35. Now I have to pay more attention because I don't want it. I think it's going to cross over the line, especially right up here. We're on the line for sure. We're way over the line. It slows way down to 31 miles an hour. And it's already asking me to take over. And wow, that was close. I had to take over there. See what it does on this. We are way over the line. But I engaged autopilot kind of late, so that's not fair on that part. People are wondering what I'm doing here. And it is going a little wild. It should be slowing down more than this. I think it's going to go off the road here. Right here. We're on the line. We're almost off into the gravel. It slowed way down. So it started to adjust for it, and it's asking me to take over more and more, or touch the wheel more and more. So this is, I still haven't gotten a better update. This is still the stock update that came with the car. This is on version 2025.10.3. That is just the same software that was on it when I picked up the car. So there's a lot better updates for AutoPilot on here. Nothing is available yet. I asked the mobile service guy when he came to the house the other day, and there's nothing available. All right, we are in my development now, and you can see there's no lines on the road at all. AutoPilot will pick up right here, but all three cars do that already. It goes away quickly, and what it's seeing is this curve, so it knows there's a curve, but it goes away where in the other two cars it does not come back. So if I creep here, it really gets confused in this area here, and the red hands pop up, and I'll show you that towards the end. But you see it comes in and out quite a bit more than before, or it comes in more than it has before. So right here, I could have engaged AutoPilot there, and my other cars will not do that whatsoever. And it should pick up again right around here. Now again, there's no lines. It tries to see lines. Now it sees this curve, and it will ask me to do it now, right here. I didn't do it fast enough, but I could have put it in, and I could put it in autopilot or a cruise control, so it's easier to put it in AutoPilot. Let's see if it picks up this dude. Leaf blowing. He's not going to hear me. I've gotten it to pick up once in a while through here, so I'm going to stay close to the edge on this side and see if it allows me to pick up anything. It did show up there for a second. Let me put it in right there. Whoops, so it sees the lines. My other cars do not do this. The other cars that I have, the Model X won't do this, and the Model 3 never did this. Or I got it to do once a long time ago on some old software update. So this is pretty cool how it's able to see the lines on this version. I don't know if it's because of the Model 3 and the cameras set up in this for 3.0 being up higher than the Model 3. It's able to see better, and it's allowing us to get into AutoPilot earlier than what the Model 3 would. But this is really nice. So this is the problems that AutoPilot or full self-driving is going to have when you have developments or roads that don't have any line markings. This is a private neighborhood, so there's not going to be lines here. This is not a public street at all. So it's kind of, seems to be more confident too to stay on the right side of the road as well. This is way better than the Model 3 ever did through here. And yes, I had 2.5 hardware on the Model 3. This is 3.0, but my Model X has 3.0 as well. It's getting a little confused here. It's crossing over. It thinks this is one lane, and we're probably going to stay in the left side. Yeah, it's not going to like that. Now let me show you what it happens when we come down the hill and the red hands pop up. Like before there, it kind of spread out and kind of picked the middle because it was kind of wondering what to do. All right, so we're in the beginning of my development again, and you'll see that it'll pop up here. All right, we're gonna go 20 through here, and you'll see what happens here when it gets up to this area up front here, right before this road. It's going to pick away, and then it's going to get confused. I'm gonna make sure there's no cars coming, and yeah, whoa. Oh, it's never done that before. That was crazy. It's never made that right turn before. It's always gone crazy and just slowed way down. That is something totally different. I'm gonna actually try that again. Well, we can go into AutoPilot now, and we'll drop it down to 15 miles an hour. Hopefully there's no cars coming through here because this is really slow for the neighborhood. But let's see if it picks the right area now. Now it is What's it gonna do here? See, it went straight. It was just gonna continue to go straight and then run right into the grass and the curb. That is something that it did before. It, like I said, it's never made that right turn before, and it was pretty interesting. So let's see if it engages around here. Let's bump it up to 20 miles an hour. And this should take autopilot the rest of the way through the neighborhood, staying on the right side of the road. This really doesn't do this unless it's at nighttime and it can see the big changes in between the sides of the grass and the curb. So I think autopilot, I think the Model Y being up higher than the Model 3, the cameras being up a little bit higher, allows it to do better than before. Let's see what it does with this car. I'm gonna hover my foot over the brake and see if it just wants to stop. It's gonna see the car. Yeah, it's just gonna wanna stop and see if it goes around it. See, it didn't want to go around it. I had to put my foot on I had to pull the wheel to go around it. Autopilot is getting better and better every update. This, again, is an older update, but I think being up higher than the Model 3 and it has the programming of the Model 3, I think this does better than what the Model 3 did through my neighborhood and through that back road. So I'm excited to see how well this actually does later on with other updates. And now, again, I don't have full self-driving. I just have regular autopilot, and that's pretty much all we were testing today. So the future looks bright for Tesla, and I can't wait to test it all out. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome, stay positive, and stay healthy.